the Brittany Renner situation. I know a lot of you guys have asked me to speak on this. And so what I have done is I have found a video. Where Brittany Renner, she did an interview at the BET Awards and confirms that she is divorced from Kevin Gates. Now I'm gonna have to put some sound behind this, and we've got the images going on up there so that we, steer clear of the copyright. But without further ado, let's see what's going on with Ms. Renner.
All right. Real 92.3 Bootleg Kev. My friend Brittany Renner is here. Good to see you, Brittany.
Good to see you too. I was excited when I was like,
you're like, hey, I'm Brittany. It's been so
you remember
long.
me?
Yeah. So first of all, you've you've had a lot of changes in your life.
I have. 100% for that.
So you were. I tried to give you a hug earlier.
Yes.
And you were like,
access denied.
You can't do hugs.
Yeah,
what?
No.
This is part of.
Wait, what? So now all of a sudden she can't do hugs?
Your faith.
Yeah, and I mean, just what makes me comfortable. Like,
No,
I don't
know. Fuck, I am trying to make you uncomfortable.
No, yeah, I mean, I think for
Give
me,
me
it's
a
like,
fucking
in
break.
my mind, I'm kind of like, why is any man giving me a handshake, a hug?
Yeah, I was like,
dab?
what about if and we didn't.
Oh, yes. So Brittany Renner is now acknowledging what she's known since men have started becoming sexually attracted to her. The reason why men shake your hand, the reason why they want to hug you is because they want to fuck you. And you pretending that that's not the reason has gotten you where you are today. Now you're in a hijab, becoming a fake Muslim and announcing that you are divorced again. Oh, now, all of a sudden, now that you've been ran through, now that the world knows that you are a hoe, now that you are literally Superhead 2.0, now you want to enforce boundaries, personal boundaries on men. Now you don't want men touching you other than your boyfriend or husband. Where was this energy 10 years ago, Britt? Huh? Where was this energy 10 years ago? She was letting every nigga in the industry smash. Dude, she was sucking dick, fucking niggas, getting butt fucked, blah, 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 blah. She did the side chick commercial. Now all of a sudden, she's turned over a new leaf. She's now a fake Muslim. She's got a hijab. No, I don't feel comfortable with you hugging me. No, you're trying to, what Brittany Renner is trying to do here is she's trying to give herself this quote unquote secondary virginity, right? Like Brittany, listen. It's all well and good. It is all well and good that you are now embracing conservative ideals. Okay, it's good that you're like, look, no man needs to touch me unless he's my husband or boyfriend. But Brittany, it's too late, okay? You don't get to be Nala and claim that, okay, you know what? I did OnlyFans for a while, but now I'm not going to sleep around. I'm not going to sleep with a man unless I'm in a relationship with him. Sweetheart, it doesn't reset. Just because you change religions and puts on a hijab doesn't mean that we're not still privy and aware of your exploits pre-Muslimism. This woman is trying to act, this woman is like, oh, I don't want any man to touch me, as if, oh, well, Brittany Renner has turned over a new leaf. She must be pure now. Yeah, she's acting pure and she's selling purity, but we already know her past. If we didn't know who Brittany Renner was, she could get away with this, right? But because we are aware of her exploits and her book and, all these niggas she's fucking, PJ Washington, now we know. Too little, too late, Brittany. Sorry. Too little, too late.
We did this.
Air high five.
Because I just feel like there should be no man touching me except my husband.
Yeah, little too late, sweetheart. Little too late. And it's so funny, except my husband. As if we're supposed to say, oh, Brittany Renner is pure of heart now. No, you're still a hoe.
Mr. Gates. Yeah. Are you guys married? Or is this like I don't know. How does this, I mean, first of all, Kevin's the best. Mm-hmm. You got to keep her. He's a great guy. Very, very, very. Is he still, are you guys, is he going, did you release his semen retention?
Okay, first of all, you guys like 3 questions. So,
okay, well, first.
Did he release his semen retention?
First things first. He was doing semen retention last time I saw him. Has the retention been lifted?
Okay, well, that's a question you'd have to ask him.
Okay.
But we got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
Got married April 6th and divorced May 28th. So you were married for For a little over a month. What, 7 weeks? 7 weeks? Phoenix Light Game says, let's be honest, she's not embracing conservative ideals. She's only doing this to desperately grab attention. She hit the wall. She's not relevant anymore. It is solely to maintain attention. Not only that, she is putting this out here for any future suitors. If you get with me, Brittany Renner wants men to think that if you get with me, you're going to get a woman that makes no physical contact with any man, which is fine. That's actually a good thing, but these are the kinds of things that you should have been embracing a decade and some change ago, okay? Now you're 35, 36 years old, you're washed up, you're a baby mama. Everyone knows just about every dude you fucked. This whole purity thing is not going to work. Dr. B84 with the $5 super chat says, she's such a joke. She absolutely is. Shane will win. $5 super chat says, Method Man's D game on point or selling purity? No, it's selling purity. She's selling purity. Shane will win with the $2 super chat says, Kevin Gates, wrong rapper. Absolutely, not Method Man. Luke Red Pill Perry with the $5 super chat says, SMH no hug, that's a no-go. I learned the hard way. Just like a girl who says, I want to be celibate, translation, I don't want to sleep with you. Absolutely. Let's continue.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days.
Islam? I thought it was called Islam. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. As far as I know, it's pronounced Islam, correct? She called it Islam? Is this a case of haram? I don't know.
To see if you're pregnant, because then he would be responsible.
Oh, so you did relieve him of his seminal retention. So this 90-day period that you have to wait for to make sure you're not pregnant, this means that he has released his semen retention.
Right. And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and, things changing, right. Honestly, it's I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world.
When a woman says, I followed my heart, what she is saying is that she is making her decisions based on emotions, guys. I had to follow my heart. Translation, I'm making this decision based on emotions. Men, we don't say, well, the reason why I decided to acquire this company is I had to follow my heart. No, he said, we say, well, I went with my instincts. I saw that they've got a 5% sales increase year over year. We think we can improve that. That's a logical reason. I followed my heart. That is an emotional reason. Never forget.
And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards.
Which are a fucking joke, by the way.
You can see I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Abdul,
I feel like you've always been, I think anybody who ever speaks with you or listens to your long-form conversations will have, I feel like you have your misconceptions because obviously you're in tabloids, you're on fucking Basketball Wives, you're online.
Yeah.
People make their assumptions about you and who you are, but I feel like anybody who's ever heard.
No, those assumptions are accurate, my guy. Those assumptions are 1,000% accurate. She's my guy. She's admitted this herself.
You speak and articulate yourself, knows that you have a great head on your shoulders and you're not some fucking bop. You know what I'm saying? So
is this dude simping here? Bro, you do understand that Brittany Renner is not going to fuck you for blowing smoke up her ass, right? How do you know Brittany Renner has a good head on her shoulders? Right? Come on, man.
Damn. So the divorce was a week ago. Damn, that sucks.
Many plan, but Allah is the best of planners. So I don't question that, and I don't feel like it's a sucky situation because what is meant to be is always going to be,
So you guys end up divorced, and now there's a 90-day cool-off period if it reconciles, or you happen to be with child.
No, I'm not with child.
You're not? Okay.
No.
Oh, so she knows she's not with child. Okay.
Okay, I don't know. That's what you said.
No, I'm saying that's what the time period is for. Yeah. That's why that's in place for that. So it's So basically, if you were to, divorce and then he's like, oh, it's not mine. So there's the 3 cycles. That's kind of why it's 90 days. 3 cycles.
I can imagine being who you are, how much courage and how much it takes for you to step out publicly with somebody. Are you good?
All is truly well. I'm here.
No. Oh, no. Absolutely not. Not the cap. Oh my God. All is truly well. No, Brittany. All is not well. Dude, you got married for 15 minutes and you're a fake Muslim. No, all is not truly well. Guys, this is when we know women are lying. When women use hyperbole to describe a situation, especially when they're talking about themselves, this is when we always know they're lying. I am truly, look, let's listen to this again.
Are you good?
All is truly well.
That is absolute cap. That is absolute fucking cap. Brittany Renner is a fucking train wreck. ISSI White Lion says that's cope. Absolutely. That is 1000% cope. All is not truly well.
I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just because you're there does not mean that all is truly well. And you're at the BET Awards. That's not really saying anything.
I could just
imagine, if I wasn't okay, like I said, I would.
Because I know you like.
No, if you weren't okay, you'd be sitting here right now telling everyone that everything is truly well. This is why we know she's being dishonest.
I feel like you stepping out publicly with somebody is huge for you.
Yeah, but Brittany's not stepping out with anybody else in public. She had Kevin Gates for a cup of coffee, and now that's over with. No one else is going to commit to this woman, guys. DJ BFit with the $2 super chat says, translation, Islam made it easy to cloak my inner 304. You know what? That's very, very interesting, DJ BFit. Here's the problem, is there's no cloaking her activities. It's all been written about. The internet is forever. Bundle of Britney is still Bundle of Britney. She's cooked.
Personally, as for anybody, but you're a public figure, and...
Yeah. Like I said, I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say. And I think when you do that, you get all of the clarity you need, and there's no stone left unturned. You don't have regret. And I think that's really what...
Literally bitch babble.
Like a lot of people, like their issue is, even just in dating, marriage, it's like people don't...
King of Life says Kevin Samuels hit it before Kevin Gates, I think. I happen to know the details of Kevin and Brittany's short-lived relationship. I'll just leave it at that.
Don't give it their all. They don't just go for it,
right.
So I feel like, but when you do, you're at peace with whatever happens, because it's like I gave 100%. There's nothing. I left it all on the field, on the table, whatever metaphor.
No, you didn't. You didn't leave it all on the field. You were married for a month and a half.
But yeah, all is well.
Do you feel like, first of all, what are some of the things for you? Because I feel like we've kind of seen you, I wouldn't say grow up, but we've kind of seen you grow up.
You guys have.
Over the last 10, 12 years, however long it's been since you've been a figure publicly, but...
13.
No, Brittany Renner has not grown up in the last 10, 15 years, guys. Brittany Renner has grown down. She's stunted. She still has the mindset of a teenager.
15 years.
Islam, how has it changed you?
What the French toast?
And how has it kind of helped just with you being a public figure and I feel like it was, we know you to be Brittany Renner. Before that, Bundle of Britney, and we know that you got on because of the way you look visually, and now I think when you converted to Islam, it took a lot of people off guard. But what are the things?
No, it's Islam
that you're able to take from it that are helping you on a day-to-day basis.
I would say just even all of the guidelines and different things that are in place. But I think the biggest thing that has been so freeing for me is I no longer belong to this world.
No, you don't belong to the world, but you definitely...
She belongs to the streets.
No, you don't belong to the world. You belong to the streets, sweetie. I guess she's transcended human whatever.
I just don't. And there's just so much...
I'm not of this world. It's so funny, dude. Law number 24 of the 49 Laws of Sharp states, the more a woman tries to convince you of something, the more likely the opposite is true. Guys. That's just how this is.
peace. I feel so content. And I just don't feel like a circus animal anymore. So people don't have to respect it. They don't have to like it. I understand people used to jerk off to my pictures and they miss seeing my ass cheeks and all that other stuff. And I have a gorgeous head of hair. You know what I mean? But
you have a gorgeous head of hair? Nope, that's cap.
Stop the cap.
Because in every other video before you decided to wear the hijab, you were wearing wigs. And you see how she's trying to sell purity, right? Guys used to jerk off to my pictures, aka I'm sexually attractive to all of you suitors out there, right? She said that as that was a flex. Guys used to jerk off to my pictures. She's letting potential suitors know I am so sexually attractive. Men jerk off to my pictures, right? It's almost like, dude, it's almost like she's hustling backwards.
At the end of the day, it's like the soul always wants to evolve,
Right.
and I feel
Bitch
like
babble.
I mastered that. My soul was crying out for something different to evolve. So it makes my life a lot easier, even just in terms of dressing and wearing hijab, with the way I conduct myself. It is just
Hijab. Like, why is she mispronouncing everything?
in complete alignment with where I am going as a woman and, you know, what I want for myself too.
Has it, because obviously, you know, like you said, your son's birthday's coming up, or is he starting to say?
Well, he just turned 4 May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, baby.
How does it affect you as a mother?
Oh my God. Brittany Renner's son was born. Oh my God. He was born on April the 5th. Guys, Walter's birthday is also on April the 5th. April 5th of 2021, and now Walter is 4 years old. Listen to this again. Walter is exactly the same age as Brittany Renner's kid.
Has it, because obviously, you know, like you said, your son's birthday's coming up, or is he starting to say?
Well, he just turned 4 May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, baby.
How?
Wow, May 5th. Oh, May 5th. Never mind. He was born April 5th. Sorry, never mind. Shane will win with the $5 super chat. Says 100 women versus accountability, still undefeated against Brittany Renner. Absolutely.
How does it affect you as a mother?
I mean, it's really like,
Like, did he was he like kind of confused? Like, Mom, why are you
no.
Why are you naked online, Mom?
I mean, because like I think one time I wore a niqab, so the niqab is just with your eyes. I'm wearing a hijab. He wasn't fazed by it. You know, he's very used to seeing me in hijab. I take it off. I'm at home. You know, off the couch. He'll grab it. Here's your hijab. So, yeah. I mean, he doesn't see. He says a lot of like Arabic words though. He'd be like Allahu Akbar. Like he's like.
Donnie says Aries W. Walter. I have no idea what that means.
A little Muslim baby, and you know I wouldn't force that on him. He's his own person, but it's funny. He'll pray with me and stuff like that. So
what inspired you to come to the religion in general? Because, like I said, a lot.
What inspired you to come to religion is I'm trying to shed my hoe reputation. This is what girls do. Is they think that by becoming religious, all of a sudden that hits the reset button. It never works that way.
Caught a lot of people off guard. Was there anything like a catalyst or something that happened that kind of brought you to Islam?
I was no stranger to Islam. You know, it was put on my heart a long time ago, like 2019. It was put on my heart then, but I just wasn't ready to accept it. And it's the only religion that I've been drawn to. I loved how peaceful every Muslim I met was. I loved the way they greeted each other. I love their camaraderie.
Assalamu alaikum,
but
my
at the time,
brother.
I'm thinking, what does that have to do with me?
Right.
I'm not a religious person, and I'm out here doing what I'm doing. And, you know, last time you guys saw me, you know, I'm getting carried out the club, like getting blackout drunk at
11:11 in Scottsdale.
In Scottsdale. Go down there if you guys want to have a good time. But it's
Please.
like, but yeah.
We'll have to book you for something else now.
I mean, something wholesome, yeah.
Something wholesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, but yeah. So I mean, there's that.
Nah. So what are you up to? Like, obviously, I know you know, you're multi-talented. I know you're a fucking author. But we know you as for your.
She is not an author. Brittany Renner didn't write a book. She had a ghostwriter. Stop it. Young Hero says Jesus in the only way. Let's cool it with the Bible thumping guy.
Your personality, and I feel like this is like a great opportunity for you to kind of like shed light.
Yeah, that one guy says, isn't this the girl that divorced the basketball player after like a month? Yeah, she divorced him after she had his kid. MS772 on the Rumble site says, notice her excitement talking about getting carried out and drunk. Right. Like, she was very excited when she said, guys used to jerk off to my picture. She was very excited. Well, you got carried out, blackout drunk. But when she's talking about being Muslim, it's, Dr. B84 with the $10 super chat says, let's be clear, Brittany Renner is forever
Haram!
Absolutely.
On your religion, but also to break down some of the misconceptions about the religion. Because when we think of Islam, a lot of ignorant people think that it is like, the women's rights are like super, crazy. If you think of some,
Yeah.
But I feel like you have an opportunity not only to kind of break down some of those stereotypes, but also kind of show a side to a whole new community that might not necessarily be educated about the religion.
Young Hero says some things are more important. I understand that, Young Hero, and I respect your religious beliefs, but I am respectfully requesting that you keep the Bible out of discussions like this. Let's not be a last word type of person. Let's just let's come on, guys. Let's just let it go.
Religion.
Yeah, I mean, so currently I've been filming for my own podcast show. It's about love and relationships, so I've been doing that. And I do have another book in the chamber. I'm not sure just that, but I think right now my highest timeline that makes me the most excited is my podcast show. I do think that I've been gifted a well of wisdom. And, when you're gifted that wisdom, you have to teach it, because you're stopping the flow of the river. So I think my biggest thing has just been focused on, doing that, filming, and teaching, using what I have learned to help others. I just feel like I wait, and there's just a lot.
DJ BFit with the $2 super chat says, bet she can't bake a bean pie for shit. Nah, yeah, I totally agree.
A lot of conversations that are just not had. And I love talking about love relationships. I can talk about it all day. I love talking about behaviors, just humans, just in general. So yeah, I wait for people to say what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling, and I don't ever see my perspective represented. So I realize, I think even just seeing this setup today is so inspiring. I'm like, it's not far off. Like, all of our voices do matter in this like puzzle piece.
This is so funny. What Brittany Renner is going to quickly find out is that this podcast thing, it's not easy. Podcasting is not easy, man. It's not. And modern women like Brittany Renner, they make the egregious mistake of thinking that the curated content is the norm. In other words, Brittany Renner was always surrounded by high-value men. She thinks there's just high-value men everywhere. No, they're not. High-value men are very, 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 very hard to come by. Well, so is a successful podcast career. The only time you have a successful podcast is when people give a shit about what you have to say. People don't care about what Brittany has to say. They don't. And I think Brittany Renner is going to have a rude awakening. Listen, there are a lot of women who blow up on TikTok and Instagram and these ridiculous, other platforms. Then they come to YouTube. And YouTube is probably way past a meritocracy. YouTube will suppress you in the algorithm even if you have a fire podcast. Imagine, and listen, Brittany's probably going to get ratings at first because of the whole, no, Brittany Renner, okay, let's see what she has to say. But at some point, people aren't going to tune in. People are not going to tune in. People don't give a shit what women think, especially not women like her.
Of life. So that's really what I'm most excited about is my podcast show.
Well, when's the first episode? I know you're filming. You got episodes?
Yeah, I'm just filming. Yeah, just filming right now. Yeah. No drop date just yet, but I've been filming.
Well, freshly divorced, Brittany Renner, new podcast coming.
It's like you are so thrown off. I just cannot.
I didn't know anything about this. Is this divorce thing new, by the way? Like, I feel like
it was a week ago.
No, I mean, but like, is it out there in the world? Now it is, but is it out? Was it out there?
There now?
Yeah, it's out there now, guys. Well, I mean, they got a 90-day window. Once the 90-day window passes, Brittany Renner, I'm assuming you're looking for a respectable.
860 saying God on the Rumble side says she changed after she did the podcast on pearls that had Andrew Tate on it. Every time Andrew spoke, she was silent. When Andrew spoke on the shames of a woman like her, she was quiet. Yes, because deep down she knew that Andrew was correct.
Muslim man. Is that fair?
I'm not looking. The law is the best of planners, so I'm just...
Stop the cap.
I'm not looking. You better be. You better be. Isn't this funny? Brittany, I'm not looking. As if she can just take a year off, just take a gap year, and work on herself, and when she comes back, she's going to have all these men. No. Brittany, baby. Kevin Gates was your last chance. Your very last chance. I'm sorry, it's just not going to work out for you.
All you need is a law. I like it.
I mean, I'm just focused on myself. I think even just thinking about any of that I think it'd be counterproductive at this point.
You should do a stream. I feel like
Yeah.
if you could be a streamer, it'd be fire.
Yeah.
Like just going to Sprouts with Brittany Renner.
Dude, nobody's fucking watching that shit. Zahol, member for 15 months. Says, good afternoon, Big Don. OMG, these chicks are so full of cap. Absolutely. Even Zur, member for 52 months. Says, why is she out there and loud as a Muslim woman? Well, it's because she's not really a Muslim woman. As Crypto Cash points out, she's advertising for a new sucker. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, guys, she's shooting her shot. She's shooting her shot at men out there. I'm hot enough for guys to jerk off to. I'm a Muslim. I don't let other men touch me. Slide in my DMs.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. You get one of these fucking little 12-year-olds with the fucking camera. You were just getting interviewed by one outside.
I was. The streamers are fun.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, I appreciate you sitting down with me.
appreciate
Whenever you do the podcast, come on my podcast. We can do like a long interview because we've been kicking the can down the road forever.
Yeah. But this was meant to be, so I'm happy we got to talk.
Random tidbit. When's the last time you talked to Tiana Trump? You guys still buddies?
No, we're not.
I gotta ask. I just gotta ask.
Yeah, no. I hope she's doing well, though. I haven't talked to her. I've always
You guys
loved
are
her
like,
from afar.
yeah, I love it. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Bootleg Cap, Real 92.3, Brittany Renner.
Woo!
All right, very good. So, listen, in the end, guys, Dr. B84 in the chat says she's cooked. She's cooked. And there, of course, she goes, woo! That's her signature. Muslim women don't go, woo! You ever seen this? Look at this. Look at this facial expression. This is just freaking hilarious. This is why we know Brittany Renner hasn't changed. She absolutely has not changed. She is the same person, guys. She's the same person. Look at this. Woo! Is that someone becoming of a Muslim individual? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Brittany Renner is going to have to, she's going to have to resolve in her mind that she will never be in a fulfilling relationship with a man that she both trusts and loves. She won't be. It was too late for her probably about 5 years ago. And this whole Muslim tour, and I've turned over a new leaf, and I'm gonna put wisdom out into the world. Dude, nobody wants to hear what this woman has to say, okay? People have stopped caring about what Brittany Renner says when she put out that book, Judge This. She was defiant to the end, and now she's trying to say, oh, I've realized the error of my ways. Yeah, so have a lot of women your age. And like you, it's too late for them. Incredible.